ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about human connection, that invisible thread that ties us together in ways we often don't fully understand. We all crave connection. It's wired into our very DNA. But sometimes when someone is drawn to us, they don't say it outright. Instead, their feelings seep out in subtle, unspoken ways. These signs are like whispers, revealing the truth before words ever do. One of the most telling signs of attraction is when someone prioritizes your presence in their life. It's not just about spending time with you, it's about making time, even when their schedule seems full or chaotic. This is deeper than casual interaction. It's an intentional effort to be where you are, to share moments with you, and to ensure they're part of your world. Think about this for a moment. In a world where time is our most precious resource, how often do we choose to give it freely? When someone secretly feels drawn to you, they'll go out of their way to carve out space for you. It might mean showing up to places you casually mentioned, rearranging their plans to align with yours, or even offering help with tasks or events that matter to you. This prioritization can also show up in small, consistent gestures. Maybe they text or call just to check in. Maybe they remember details you mentioned in passing a meeting you were nervous about, your favorite coffee shop, or a family member you care about. These aren't just acts of kindness, they're breadcrumbs, small hints that reveal the weight you carry in their life. When they prioritize your presence, it often feels effortless, but that's the beauty of it. It's not forced. It's not about obligation. Instead, it's a natural, almost instinctive desire to be near you, to engage with you, to share space with you. Even when they have other things to do or places to be, they'll find ways to make you feel included. And here's what's powerful about this. It's not just about proximity. When someone makes time for you, they're saying something profound. They're saying, I value enough to pause everything else in my life. They might not be ready to say those words out loud, but their actions will tell the story. This prioritization also shows up in the way they treat your time. They're respectful of it. They don't cancel plans at the last minute or treat your commitments as secondary. They show up when they say they will, because being around you isn't just something they enjoy, it's something they look forward to. At its core, prioritizing your presence is about more than scheduling or logistics. It's a form of emotional investment. It's about signaling through consistent actions that you matter. Whether they realize it or not, they're creating an emotional rhythm, a steady beat that says, I want to be close to you and I want you to know that. So pay attention. When someone chooses to make room for you in their life, it's not just a coincidence, it's a sign. It's a quiet, unspoken expression of attraction. It's their way of saying, your presence brings something into my life that nothing else does, and I don't want to miss it. Mirroring is one of the most fascinating and subtle ways that someone reveals their attraction to you. It's not a conscious decision, it's a natural response, deeply rooted in the human desire for connection and belonging. When someone is secretly drawn to you, they will begin to reflect your energy, your emotions, and even your physical movements. It's as if they are subconsciously aligning themselves with you, creating a rhythm that feels harmonious and effortless. Have you ever noticed how, when you laugh, they laugh a little longer and a little louder? Or how, when you're animated and excited, they seem to match your enthusiasm? This is mirroring. It's their way of tuning into your frequency, of showing that they are in sync with you without ever saying it aloud. This behavior often happens because, whether they realize it or not, they want to create a sense of unity, a shared space where the two of you can feel like you truly understand each other. This mirroring extends beyond emotions. Pay attention to their body language when you're together. If you lean in, they lean in. If you cross your arms, they might unconsciously do the same. If you tilt your head while you're deep in thought, you might catch them mirroring the gesture moments later. It's not that they're trying to mimic you, rather, it's their way of saying, I feel connected to you, I'm here with you. What's particularly beautiful about this dynamic is that it often creates a sense of safety and comfort. When someone mirrors your energy, it's as if they're saying, I get you, I'm on your wavelength. It fosters a deeper sense of trust and belonging, even if the words to express those feelings haven't been spoken yet. This behavior is a subconscious attempt to close the emotional gap, to make the connection between you feel seamless and organic. Mirroring can also show up in shared interests or preferences. If you mention a favorite song, they might go out of their way to listen to it. If you talk about a hobby you enjoy, they might start asking questions or even trying it out themselves. This isn't about copying, it's about aligning. They're trying to create common ground, a space where the two of you can meet and share something meaningful. One of the most telling aspects of mirroring is how it adapts to your mood. When you're happy, they'll reflect your joy. When you're serious or contemplative, they'll soften their tone and match your pace. It's as though their emotional compass is guided by yours. This is a powerful sign of emotional attunement, a desire to connect with you on a deeper level. At its core, mirroring is an act of vulnerability. It's a quiet, unspoken way of saying, I want to be close to you, I want to understand you, I want to create a bond that feels natural and true. It's not something they do to everyone, it's reserved for those they feel a deep, undeniable connection with. So if you notice someone reflecting your energy, your emotions, or your movements, don't overlook it. It's a window into their heart, a subtle yet powerful sign of their attraction. It's their way of saying, without words, I see you, I feel you, and I want to be part of your world. One of the most profound signs of attraction is when someone notices the small details about you, the things that often go unnoticed by others. These aren't grand gestures or sweeping declarations, but rather subtle observations that show how much attention they're paying to you. When someone is secretly drawn to you, their focus shifts naturally toward who you are, what you do, and what makes you unique. Imagine this: you casually mention that you love a specific type of tea, and the next time you see them, they brought it for you without making a big deal out of it. Or maybe they comment on how your face lights up when you talk about something you're passionate about. These moments reveal something deeper. They are not just hearing your words, but truly listening. They are attuned to the essence of who you are. This kind of attentiveness goes beyond surface level observation. They notice how you interact with the world, the way you furrow your brow when you're deep in thought, the way you tuck your hair behind your ear when you're nervous, or the way your voice softens when you talk about something that matters to you. These are details that many people might overlook, but to someone who's secretly attracted to you, they're like puzzle pieces that help them understand you better. Noticing the little things is their way of showing care, even if they're not ready to openly express their feelings. It's in the way they remember your favorite color, the way you like your coffee, or even the songs you hum when you're in a good mood. It's in the way they take mental notes of the stories you've shared, recalling names, dates, and experiences that are meaningful to you. What makes this so powerful is that it demonstrates emotional presence. When someone notices the small details about you, it's their way of saying, I see you, I value you, I'm invested in you. They aren't distracted or preoccupied when they're with you. They're fully present, engaged, and aware. Their attentiveness might also show up in how they anticipate your needs. Perhaps they sense when you're having a tough day without you saying a word, or they remember a milestone that even you had forgotten about. These acts of thoughtfulness reveal how closely they're paying attention, how deeply they care, and how much you matter to them. It's important to note that this isn't about flattery or trying to impress you. It's not about showering you with compliments or making grandiose statements. Instead, it's about the quiet, consistent ways they show that they've been paying attention to you, not just to what you say, but to who you are. When someone notices the little things about you, they're not just showing interest, they're expressing admiration and respect. They see the nuances that make you unique, the quirks that make you special, and the layers that make you you. It's a rare and beautiful kind of attention, one that feels like being truly seen and understood. So if someone in your life seems to remember the small things, the details you didn't even think were significant, they may be revealing more than they realize. Their focus on these tiny, meaningful aspects of you is their way of saying, you are worth my attention, you are worth my time, you are worth knowing deeply. In a world where so much is rushed and overlooked, noticing the little things is a profound act of care. It's a quiet, unspoken connection that says, you matter to me in ways I can't always put into words, but I hope you can feel it in my actions. Sometimes what isn't said is far more revealing than what is. Body language is a powerful form of communication, especially when it comes to emotions like attraction. Even when someone is hesitant to vocalize their feelings, their actions often speak volumes. Their body becomes a messenger, revealing truths they might not yet have the courage to admit. Have you noticed the way they lean in just a little closer when you're speaking? Or how their feet are often pointed toward you, even in a group setting? These aren't random gestures, they're unconscious signals of interest and connection. When someone is secretly drawn to you, their body instinctively gravitates toward yours. This physical closeness is not just about proximity, it's about wanting to be in your space, sharing energy, and creating an unspoken bond. Pay attention to their eyes. Eye contact is one of the most powerful indicators of attraction. If someone holds your gaze just a second longer than usual, or if their eyes light up when they see you, it's a clear sign that you've captured their attention. Even when they're speaking to others, you might catch them glancing in your direction as though they can't help but check in on you. This is their way of staying connected to you, even from across the room. Mirroring is another telltale sign. If you cross your arms, they might do the same. If you lean forward, they might instinctively follow suit. This isn't conscious mimicry, it's an instinctive way of creating rapport and harmony. Their body is aligning with yours, signaling a desire to be in sync, to understand and connect with you on a deeper level. Then there are the subtle touches. A hand on your shoulder when they're speaking, brushing against your arm as they walk by, or a momentary touch to emphasize a point. These small gestures are often more significant than they seem. Touch is one of the most intimate forms of communication, and even brief, seemingly casual touches can reveal a longing for closeness and connection. Notice how they position themselves when you're together. Do they face you fully, giving you their undivided attention? Are they angled toward you even in a crowded room? When someone is attracted to you, their body naturally seeks alignment with yours. It's as though their posture says, I'm here, I'm present, I'm focused on you. Even their nervous habits can be telling. They might fidget with their hands, adjust their clothing, or shift their weight when you're near. These aren't signs of discomfort, they're signs of heightened awareness. Your presence changes their emotional state, making them more self-conscious and eager to make a good impression. Facial expressions are equally revealing. A genuine smile that reaches their eyes, raised eyebrows when they're surprised or intrigued by something you say, or a softening of their features when they look at you, all of these convey emotions they may not be ready to verbalize. Their face becomes a canvas, painting a picture of their feelings in real time. What's most striking about body language is its honesty. Words can be rehearsed or filtered, but the body rarely lies. It's a raw, unfiltered expression of emotion, a window into what someone truly feels. When someone's body language consistently shows openness, attentiveness, and a desire to connect with you, it's a strong indication of their attraction. And here's the beauty of it: body language is often subtle and understated. It's not about grand, sweeping gestures. It's in the small, consistent ways they orient themselves towards you, the way their hands move when they're nervous around you, or the warmth in their gaze when they think you're not looking. So when you notice someone's body language speaking louder than their words, don't dismiss it. It's their heart trying to communicate what their voice may not yet be ready to say. It's a quiet, unspoken invitation to lean into the connection and see where it might lead. When someone is secretly attracted to you, their actions often say what their words cannot. One of the most revealing signs of this is how they show up for you, not just in expected, conventional ways, but in ways that surprise you, ways that leave no doubt that they are invested in your happiness and well-being. It's not about grand, dramatic gestures, but rather the thoughtfulness behind their actions. Perhaps you casually mention being overwhelmed with a project, and the next day they show up with your favorite coffee and a few words of encouragement. Or maybe you're going through a tough time, and without you having to ask, they make themselves available to listen, to be a shoulder to lean on. These moments are not just acts of kindness, they are a reflection of how deeply they care about you. What makes their actions stand out is their consistency and attention to detail. They don't just show up when it's easy or convenient, they show up when it counts. Maybe you're moving and they're the first to volunteer to help carry boxes. Perhaps they remember the date of an important event in your life, a job interview, a family gathering, and check in to see how it went. These gestures show that they're not just present, but fully invested in the rhythms and challenges of your life. Unexpected ways of showing up can also mean going above and beyond in the little things. They may go out of their way to do something that makes your day just a little bit easier, even when you didn't ask for help. Maybe they bring you soup when they hear you're sick, send you a funny meme when they sense you're having a rough day, or offer to walk you to your car after a long evening. These small, thoughtful actions are their way of saying, I see you, I care about you, I'm here for you. Another hallmark of this kind of support is their reliability. If you call them, they answer. If you need them, they're there, even if it means rearranging their schedule or stepping out of their comfort zone. This level of dependability isn't something they offer to everyone. It's reserved for people who truly matter to them. And the fact that they're willing to prioritize you, sometimes at their own expense, speaks volumes about their feelings. What's most striking is that they don't expect recognition or repayment. They don't help you because they're seeking attention or validation. They help because they genuinely want to. Their care is selfless, quiet, and deeply meaningful. It's not about making a spectacle of their affection, but about ensuring that you feel supported and valued in ways that matter most to you. Sometimes showing up for you means protecting your emotional space. They might notice when you're overwhelmed and step in to deflect unnecessary stress. Or they might offer encouragement at the exact moment you need it, as if they have an unspoken understanding of your inner world. They pay attention not just to your words, but to your energy, your mood, and your unspoken needs, and they respond with a level of care that feels almost intuitive. There's also an element of quiet loyalty in their actions. They celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and stand by you during your struggles without hesitation. Even when you doubt yourself, they see your potential and remind you of your strength. They become your silent cheerleader, the person who believes in you, even when you're struggling to believe in yourself. What makes this so profound is the element of surprise. They often show up in ways you didn't even realize you needed. It's the friend who unexpectedly picks you up when you're feeling low, the person who remembers that small detail you mentioned months ago and acts on it, or the individual who offers their presence not because they have to, but because they want to. In a world where so much of our attention is divided, someone showing up for you in these unexpected ways is a rare and beautiful gift. It's a sign that you matter to them on a deeper level, that they see your worth and that they want to be part of your journey, not because it's convenient or easy, but because it's you. So when someone consistently shows up for you in ways that make your life brighter, lighter, and more meaningful, take notice. Their actions are a window into their heart, a quiet yet unmistakable declaration that says, you are important to me, and I want you to know that I'm here. As we've explored these subtle yet powerful signs of attraction, One thing becomes abundantly clear: love and connection often reveal themselves in the smallest, most meaningful ways. Whether it's prioritizing your presence, mirroring your energy, noticing the little details, communicating through body language, or showing up for you in unexpected ways, these gestures speak volumes about how much you matter to someone. But here's the beauty of it: none of these signs are forced or staged. They are organic, genuine, and often unconscious expressions of care and admiration. They remind us that connection isn't always shouted from the rooftops. Sometimes it's whispered in the way someone remembers your favorite coffee order, leans in when you speak, or simply shows up when you need them most. The truth is, attraction is more than fleeting chemistry. It's about seeing, valuing, and choosing another person in a way that makes them feel seen, supported, and cherished. It's in the details, the quiet actions, and the subtle yet undeniable pull towards someone that says, "You matter." So pay attention to these signs, not because they validate you, but because they remind you of the kind of love and connection you deserve. Relationships are built on these small yet profound acts of care and respect, and when someone shows these signs consistently, it's a reflection of something deeper, something real. Let this speech serve as a reminder to honor and cherish the people in your life who show up for you in ways that feel authentic and meaningful. And more importantly, let it inspire you to offer the same to those who matter to you. Because in the end, love is not just in the grand gestures, it's in the small, everyday moments where we choose each other over and over again. May you always recognize and nurture these moments of connection, and may they guide you toward relationships that are honest, supportive, and filled with the kind of care that words alone can never fully express.